For those of you watching on catch up, today's day one. Please do day one if you can before day two, day three. I'm really, really delighted to be here. Really excited to be here. What a year. What a year 2020 has been. I ran an event last December. Some of you would have been there, where it was like, let's create 2020 vision. Let's really look at, how can we make 2020 the most amazing year? And every single day, every moment, every year, none of us know what we have, what's in store for us. None of us. However, when we have the tools to really take the reins in our life, when we are giving thought to who do I want to be in the world? How do I want to show up? What kind of mother do I want to be? What kind of friend? What kind of partner? What's the work that I want to do in the world that gives me joy? When you're really thinking about these questions, it sets you up to have more resilience. It sets you up to weather the storm more effectively. And so today is really, and this week is really all about me being able to share some tools and support with you that who knows what's going to hit us in 2021. But I want to give you the tools and support to thrive no matter what the world is going to throw your way. So that's what this is really all about. So for those of you who have not downloaded the workbook or not received it yet, the link is in the comments, okay? Excellent, excellent. Thank you so much, Jules. Okay. And Jules, before we get going, can you check in with the wonderful Jess and just make sure everything's all right over on Facebook? So thank you for sharing who you are and where you are in the world. It's just always so cool to see that. So we really are spanning certainly the Atlantic right now. Let me tell you a little bit more about me. And if there are any guys in the house, by the way, I'd love you to make yourself known as well. So predominantly, oh, there's Jess. She sent me a message. Predominantly, I work with women, I serve women, but I do have male clients and I love men just as much. So over on Facebook, we've got Kathleen, Anne, Margaret, Sarah, Carrie, Gail, Joanne, Kara, and Emma. Hello, hello. Thank you, Jess. Joe is here from Crystal Palace. Amazing. Okay, I need to stop doing the shout outs now. So I am Mel MacIntyre. You've probably guessed that by now. I'm a business mentor to women who are here to change the world. And I'm also a coach to women who want to create a life that feels wildly authentic to who they are at the core of themselves, right? A life that reflects the absolute best of you and a life that reflects everything that's possible for you. That's what I'm really passionate about. I live on a tiny little island called Eriskay on the west coast of Scotland. It really is very small. There's 141 people here. There's a baby born recently, so it's probably 142 now. I'm a mum to Maximilian. I'm a partner to Charles. I love spending time in nature. I love feeling a sense of freedom in my life. I love having freedom in the work that I do. I love having knowing that I'm making a difference in the work that I do. And my life used to look very different, really very different. So as you can probably tell from who we've got here, I'm blessed to work with amazing women and a few good men all over the world. And I can do that because of the way that my business is structured. So 6 years ago, I had climbed the corporate career ladder. I had spent my whole life working. You know, I was just always chasing the next thing. Does that resonate with anyone? If that resonates, I'd love to know. I was always chasing the next thing, right? So when I get the next promotion, that's when I'll be happy. When I get, I'll go on this amazing holiday, and that'll be the thing that scratches the itch. I'll go traveling, and that'll be the thing. I will get a nicer house. I'll decorate and get nicer furniture. And really, I was using stuff to fill a void that lived within me. And all of that that some of that stuff really wasn't very good for me. So I drank too much alcohol. I was a real work hard, play hard person. I was very ambitious, so I put myself under a lot of pressure at work to perform in a certain way, because let's face it, you have to perform in a certain way in the corporate world to be deemed a high performer. And it wasn't sustainable. It wasn't a sustainable lifestyle for me. And I burnt out. I burnt out horribly, really, really badly. And I walked away from my life as I knew it, literally everything. Like, walked away from my job, walked away from, like, gave up my house, and decided to just take some time to follow my heart and to learn who was I really meant to be in the world? What was the path that was calling to me? And so here I am, 6 years later, living on this tiny island, with a very wild, nature-filled life, with my little boy who was once a dream, um, serving all these amazing women all over the world. And so I really feel it's my duty, because I've worked out so much of the stuff that can make a massive difference in your life, to share that with as many women as possible. And the reason I want to work with women predominantly is because I deeply believe the world needs more women who lead. It needs more women who lead with authenticity, with courage, with conviction. And that doesn't have to be a big rah-rah position. It's not about that. It's about you making the world a better place just by shining your light that bit brighter. I get emotional when I'm talking about this. Maybe you do too. Often tissues with me are a good idea. Some of the people that are here will testify to that. Amazing, amazing. Okay, so that's why I'm here. That's why you're here. Why are you here? Why are you here? Tell me. Thank you, Jax. Love the passion. Why are you here? I'd love to hear in the comments, while I'm giving you time to type. Let me tell you why I think you're here. I think you're here because you're searching, and you're tired, and you're fed up, and you're probably quite exhausted a lot of the time. And you want to find another way, right? You want to find a way that allows you to be who you really are. You want to find a way where you're not constantly living in this land of who you should be or who you're supposed to be. A land where you don't doubt yourself so much. You don't second guess yourself so much. You don't give that inner critic so much of the stage, right? That you can put her back in her place. Because I know how it feels to have that constant berating internal narrative that literally doesn't come up for air. I had a lifetime of pretty chronic depression and anxiety. Touch wood, not for 6 years. That's absolutely the longest I've ever gone. And I really feel like I have deeply fundamentally healed that aspect of myself by finding meaning, by finding peace with who I am, by letting go of all of these kind of fake expectations that I think people have of me or had of me. And I learned to love myself a bit more and to just dance to the beat of my own drum, to do it scared, to have a dream and to go for it, rather than living with a lifetime of regrets. So let's hear what you're all saying, because yes, it's time to go your own way, Emma. You want to find a new path and discover yourself. Hey, Ali, amazing. Yeah, Joy's got big dreams and big ambitions. Angie loves to learn new things about herself every day. You're not the finished article. Now, let me say something about that. That is such a great point. I want to make this clear. You never arrive, right, in this journey of growth and transformation. Don't look at me and think she's got her shit together. You know, I do most of the time, but of course I still have those moments, right? I still have those moments of, can I really do this thing? Oh my God. You know, sleep deprivation will do that to you. I've built my business with a baby and no childcare. You know, like this year I've had the best year in my business with no nursery. When I think Maxie had gone to nursery for 3 weeks this year, and then it all got pulled because of COVID. Has it been difficult and tough? Yes, absolutely. But I've got the tools now. I've got the resources to know how to rise above those challenges, right? And rather than take a dip and stay down there for days or weeks, to level yourself up and bring yourself back up again. So it's not ping and you're done. You do hit new levels and you do feel amazing in your life, right? When you do that, don't you? And we need to be careful that we're not always searching for more, and that we feel a deep sense of satisfaction with where we're at now. And really, that's what today is all about. Joe's ready for our second mountain. Oh, Terry, yes, you left your job recently too. What was going on didn't align with my values and morals, and you're finding your path and your way. Yes, that's exactly how it was for me. That takes so much courage. I remember people saying to me, "Oh my God, you're so brave," and I was just so. I didn't think I was brave. I just thought I don't have a choice here. Like, I'm going to die if I don't do this. You know, I have to do it. Thank you, Jackie. Help you in your search for a daily practice that will source that energy. So, Steph, you've got a post career coming soon and you want it to be the very best of your dreams. This is why we're here, right? Oh, Gail. So that's Gail. That's one of my clients, Gail. I can tell. I'm here because I found my way and you're helping me not to get lost again. Got so much love for you, Gail. Diane. Hey, Diane. Find an easier path. Oh, Anna. Um, you're happy but can't help feeling that you can be doing more. Yeah, you know that I love that point, because you don't have to be in the depths of despair. I happen to be. You don't have to be in the depths of despair, right? You don't have to rip up your whole life and be so dramatic. It's a spectrum, right? But you all, each and every one of you, each and every one of us deserves every single ounce of what we're capable of in this world, right? So it might just be that there's just this something, there's a niggle, there's something, there's just this nudge I can't quite shake, that maybe I'm meant for something more. Absolutely. Have started being, want to keep being more. Yes. Super ambitious, prone to burnout. Keep building your toolkit to stay resilient. Yeah, we need to make sure we're satisfied with ourselves and not looking for others to validate our path, because I think we can be so guilty of that, can't we? Of looking to other people to really, like you say, to validate us. Leanne, you're loving life, you're loving your journey, you want to live every moment, strong, resilient, confident, post burnout from previous lifestyle and job. Isn't it amazing how many people here have had that experience of burning out, or just, becoming depleted, outgrown the old version of me, says Tracy. You're trying to get happy and fulfilled with plan B, Sally. I hear you. Natalie, I love this one. Resilience, courage, and confidence to push your business out there. Oh my God, doing it scared is like the new sexy, okay? If you're in my tribe, we get good at doing it scared and we hold each other up, and that's why we're here. So I'm going to be really encouraging you to take actions as well as part of this process. Katie says, I'm allowing external factors to determine my internal moods. Yes, because it's so easy to do that. So let's be really kind and compassionate to ourselves, yeah? This week, that's what this space is about. Meredith here. Meredith says, I sure am doing it scared. Meredith, who's on Becoming Wildly Authentic, my group coaching program, she went from, oh my God, I've just been paid off and it wasn't expected at all, and in the depths of despair, to within 4 or 5 months, creating a business that she didn't see coming and signing up her first client. Ah! So celebrating you, Meredith, right? I'm going to get on to celebration in just a minute. We're here to inspire each other. We're here to lift each other up. This is about us helping each other to rise up. That's the real energy and essence of this week, okay? So when I get on to, we're going to hop onto the workbook in just a few minutes. And I'll talk more about celebration. So Chantal, you've been depleted, nervous system issues, yes, and you're finally learning not to strain yourself. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Chantal's in Canada, right? Because you sent me an email. Okay. Let's dive in. Are we ready? Oh, Jan, yeah, you're leaving a job after 18 years. You loved it and hated it. Yeah, I think we could all relate to that. You'll have lots of projects you're looking forward to, but will miss your job. Yeah, you will. And creating a good transition plan is really important, right? To help us to move from one thing to the next. There's a great book by a guy called William Bridges, Transitions. Check that out, Jan. I think that will help. Yeah, Abby, we're going to help you definitely feel less stressed. Wonderful. Okay, let's do this. Right, grab your workbook, everybody. Do you have your workbook? Do you have your workbook handy? Yeah, William Bridges Transitions. I love making recommendations to people for resources. And yes, Anne on Facebook, like to be far more self-confident. You constantly self-doubt, too self-critical, hard to move forward. Okay, first of all, Anne, I want you to feel me just like wrapping you in so much love and support and camaraderie. Because it sucks when you feel like that. Okay, so let's just call it. And what we're about to do in the workbook, and what I'd love you ladies to do, I'm just going to share it with you on the screen in just a second. Fill it in, but also, okay, you should be able to see my screen now. Fill it in, but also share your comments in the comments, yeah? So, day one, and make sure you take some time to really read some of the little stories in there, because they're so inspiring. They're so inspiring. I think we can all relate to what Mel's saying here. Mel is also on Becoming Wildly Authentic, the programme I just mentioned, Meredith's on. They're programme sisters. What I know is that something brought you here for a reason, and it's that quiet, wise voice within. So my invitation to you during our time together, and out with that as much as you want to, is to, where possible, try and get out of your head, dip back down into your body. Because we spend so much time living up here in our heads, and it's so noisy there. It's so noisy. It's one of the reasons why I am a great, great, great supporter. I massively recommend meditation to people. And it's why I'm starting to incorporate yoga into the work that I do as well. The amazing Jules, who's with us, is our resident yogi. You'll be seeing more of her in the Facebook group, and as well, if you're a client of mine, you'll have been doing some work with her recently. But you deserve to follow your dreams. In fact, it's your right. That's what Mel has taken. It's like, you know what? It's not just that I'm going to be supported. It's that I'm learning to feel worthy of my dreams, because our self-worth is so often the thing that stops us from going for it, the thing that stops us from really going for what it is that we want. Oh, Carrie says, Carrie's on Facebook, I think I'm here because of synchronicity. Carrie, I couldn't agree more, my love. Couldn't agree more. Wonderful. Okay, so drawing strength from 2020. Let's get off the hamster wheel. I think we're already off, right? It's like 20 minutes in. What hamster wheel? And take some time to look back. We're going to take a few minutes for each question. We're going to look at what challenged you, but even more importantly, because I want you to get a chance to get that off your chest, right? But I want to really focus here on, where are your wins? Where are you smashing it? What are you really proud of? Even in amongst all of that challenge, what have you managed to achieve? What have you overcome? There's a wonderful term. So the way I describe, I've had this belief and I've developed it through my own life, because the story that brought me to this place has a lot of sorrow in it, a lot of heartbreak, a lot of grief. And I think life's initiations, that really big things that happen to us in life, which are often really painful, can really transform who we are. And they can really transform who we are for the better. So there's this great term called post-traumatic growth. Has anybody heard of it? If you've heard of it, let me know in the comments. So I have a saying, in your darkest times lie your greatest opportunities for growth. And there is scientific research, it's a psychological term, that yes, some people, when they've had a terrible time, when it's been after a real trauma, yes, they rise, they grow. It helps you to grow in courage and focus and conviction, whatever words feel right to describe for you. So maybe that's why you're here too. Maybe you're about to turn your challenge into post-traumatic growth. That's absolutely what my work is about and what I'm here to support you with. So what's woven through what we're doing is psychology, physiology, neuroscience, and some spirituality as well. And the work that I do is really about a blend of structure, strategy, process, framework, the stuff that makes us feel safe, that's tangible, something to cling on to. Where can I put my mess? Like if my mind feels chaotic, there's nothing better than something to step-by-step process to follow, right? You just pour it in there and you get something out the bottom that makes sense. But you do need to connect with your intuition. You do need to tap into your inner wisdom, and you need to spend more time in your heart, okay? And so really aligning that balance is what this is all about. Okay, so what's challenged you most about 2020? Let's start there. What's challenged you most about 2020? And I'm going to give you a moment. I'm going to use a timer actually. For these. So what has challenged you most? Just take a moment to think. Hey Laura. Oh, Jan, that's a good one. Excellent. Thanks for sharing, everybody who's shared so far. And I'm going to encourage you, if you feel you need more time for any of these questions, go back. Yeah, carve some time out for yourself. We have got a lot to cover. I want to pick up on what Angie said. Failure in a new role, circumstances in that role that completely overwhelmed me. Angie, in my mini course, I talk about my biggest failure, which was I really, really, really failed badly, or certainly I felt like I did in my last corporate role. And oh, it was terrible. And oh my God, I'm so glad it happened. Because it set me on the course correct that's led me to being here. And failure is often a course correct to send us on the right path, or to give us the lesson that we need to have a quantum leap in our growth. If that resonates, I'd love for any of you, I would love you to share. Losing your job and your health, absolutely. Yeah, Joe, locked away with all your family members, trying to juggle jobs and school. Oh, the intensity of that, right? So one of my clients, Jenna, described that as a pressure cooker. And she said, her and her husband, it's like we were kind of fighting over who's got it worse, whose job's more important. And it was just like, and the thing that was the catalyst for her, she lost her 2-hour commute a day. And she hadn't realised that was her me time, her only me time. The results that where she's at now, I think her story's in the book. Unbelievable what she's been able to achieve. Yes, Michelle, working in the NHS. Oh God, having to witness families being separated in neonatal, can't even imagine. The isolation, Margaret, yes. Being a control freak, Emma, I am a reforming control enthusiast. I so hear you. Oh, Ashley, my love. Oh, Ashley, I had no idea about your mum, my darling. Oh, so much love to you. And yet, breastfeeding, being attached constantly, that was our journey. And Maximilian was breastfeeding until this year. You know, he was over 2. It's hard work, right? Such focus, such commitment. Lack of focus, being bored sometimes, overwhelmed at others. Yeah, just that feeling of wasted time. Not feeling that you've come as far as you wanted to, Jackie. I think that's definitely something that so many of us can relate to. Guilty about me time, yes, Joe. Yeah, you've been slowing down and stopping the busyness, Jax. Yeah, to go deeper and get to know you better. You've been doing a great job of that. No let up. Juggling emotions, intensity. Yeah, working during the pandemic. Just the uncertainty. We don't like it, right? We like that sense of certainty. We like routine. Downturn in business. Yeah, so so for those of you in healthcare, and I know there's quite a few of you here in healthcare, like, you know, you've got it coming at you from all angles because you've got all this responsibility for people's health at work and then also at home, especially if you have elderly parents and stuff. COVID, worry about your parents. Sally, now, this is an interesting one. Sally, I can feel, is beating herself up a wee bit, realising I'm not as strong as I thought I was. You're not meant to be the one who carries the weight of the world on your shoulders for you and everybody else. You know that, right? There's a part of you that does know that, Sally, and all of us, because we all have that tendency, don't we, to do that? I know I did, and that led to my burnout. Yeah, great. I mean, I could just read these all night. Oh my goodness. Oh God, Jean. So difficult. Ashley, you need to give me time for a coffee with you, okay? Oh, goodness, Katie. Yeah, losing your career. It's the sense of identity. You know, Meredith and I have talked about that. Like, if this is who I am, what am I without that? Oh, wonderful. Praying about what you do next. Yeah. Okay, so it's been tough. Yeah, it's been really tough. Amazing. Amazing. Okay. Can't see everyone's messages. Right. Make sure you write panelists and attendees. So, what's gone well? Let's big it up, right? I want to really, really, really raise it because we've faced those challenges and it has not been easy. But I want you to really dig deep and focus on what's gone well. Okay? What's gone well? And what are you most proud of about how you've handled 2020? That's the one I'd love you to share with us, right? What are you most proud of about how you've handled 2020? Yeah, Diane, you're pleased you've got through it alive. I'm pleased too. Time and perspective. got to know my family again and my children even better. I've heard many people say, you know what? It's been great to have the kids home more and actually spend time with them. Yeah, Meredith, you're proud you didn't hide away. I'm so proud of you too that you didn't do that. And look where you are now, you know, because you leaned in to what felt uncomfortable and you picked yourself up and you really have made it happen. Wonderful extra time with your husband who's working from home. Yeah. Oh, precious time with parents. Love that. Opportunity to retrain. Amazing. Yeah, Joy, you've lost 60 pounds. Am I right? Probably more now. Gaining perspective is something that I'm seeing coming through. Proving to yourself you can learn new things. Yeah, after years of coasting. Love that honesty. Taking my advice on playing. I'm a big believer in play around with things, keep it light, follow your heart, don't get too heavy, don't put too much pressure on yourself about new things. It really helps to keep that playful, kind of light energy about it. Because when we're younger, we kind of expect that we're going to get things wrong, don't we? That things aren't going to, they're going to feel a bit messy, a bit wonky to start with. And then as we keep practicing, oh, like I'm getting better at this. You know, think about learning to ride a bike and you don't feel massive shame when you're falling off your bike when you're little. You might feel a wee bit disappointed or a wee bit scared, but I'd like to think you don't feel a lot of shame. Oh, Carrie, that's amazing. Every morning you commit to an hour of you time, yoga, meditation, affirmations. Wonderful. Taking the time to listen to your inner voice and respect it. Love that. Proud you've kept going. Yeah. Being gentle with yourself, Margaret. Yes. Let go. More meditation, walking. Excellent, Diane. Lots of new socially distanced dog walking friends. I love it. Great. Now look at this. Nick's got a side hustle on the go. A side hustle is a term for starting some kind of business or having some kind of income while you want to transition. Great. Love that. Great supporter of the side hustle. More time just being. So can you see these? If you hit the chat button, Jules says it will bring it up for all to see. Panelists and attendees. Sorry, not everyone can see everybody. Book release. Pam is an author and she's a speaker and she's absolutely awesome. And she has got this community called Braving Widowhood that is just such a great example of post-traumatic growth. Pam, so much love and respect for you and what you're doing in the world. Excellent. I am enough. I've learned to love myself. There's so many wins in here. Yeah, Gail's smashing it in her business, and her clients are smashing it, which is amazing. And that's a theme as well. So Gail's a client of mine, Pam's a client of mine. That's a theme with my clients is they've had amazing growth in their business this year. Because it's possible. It is possible. Good. Self-belief and confidence after being solo. Yes. Coming off antidepressants this year for 9 months. Celebrating that, sister. Yeah. Jennifer had a terrible time, but she's a hey Jen, but she's actually making such a great year in 2020. Okay, so this is so important to celebrate each other, to raise each other up. At the start of every single one of my sessions with my clients, I'm always start with celebration. What are we celebrating? Because so often people will come on just wanting to offload. And yeah, you know what? We can do that. We can work on the challenges, but let's strengthen that celebration muscle. Let's force ourselves, let's train our brain to notice what is going well. It's so important that we do that. Let's rewire our brain to have more positive connections and connotations. What you feed grows, right? So you want to train your brain to seek out more positive things, Celebration is a great hack for that. When you share it with others, when you share it with a community, it's amplified. Because when we see each other have challenges and then we see each other rise, it's like a magical elixir for the soul. And it really makes you think, you know what, I can do this thing. It doesn't matter how hard it feels today, I can do it. What are your strengths? Who do you know yourself to be when you're at your best? Now, I want you to go all out. Like, we have a term in my world called the humble brag. Has anyone heard of that? The humble brag. So, I want you to all humble brag. Tell us everything about yourself that is absolutely amazing, that you love about yourself, that everybody loves about you. It might feel uncomfortable. I don't care. Get used to that discomfort. That's what growth feels like. The humble brag, give it to me. You have to do it. If you have a business, I know quite a lot of you have got a business, you best get good at the humble brag, my loves. Right? You need people to know how good you are and what results you get. Okay? So a minute of humble bragging. And when you write it in the way that Emma's just done, like, I know, I can feel Emma's energy when she's writing it. Like, I am strong. And I'm like, yes, you are. Kind, honest, real. Yes. What wonderful qualities, Angie. Supportive, good listener, empathy, genuine interest in others. I think there was a glitch in the matrix there. I hope everything's okay. After years of turning my back on her, I have accepted that I am that woman. Yes. Yes, because that's what this is all about. You are that woman. There is no gap between who you are in this moment and this woman, this amazing aspirational woman that you want to be. You are her right now. So choose to be her. Choose to be her more. Get good at choosing to be her. Learn strategies that are going to help you be her more often. I'm going to share one with you in just a moment. It's one of my faves. Mary finished our third book. An amazing team to collaborate with. Yeah, feeling pumped. Being brave, Pam. You're being so brave. Carrie's strong, resilient, compassionate, determined, focused. Love it. I love this. Jess says, Gail says, I'm a wee lassie from Glasgow who says it how it is, and that is why my people want to work with me. Yes, own it with pride, right? Because these are the things that, you know, the things that would get written about you in your report card as a bad thing, right? So for me, it was, well, Melanie could apply herself more, and she's always distracting the rest of the class by talking. I am a blather, yes, but you know what? That's one of my superpowers, right? I'm a speaker. I love it. I love to speak. I love to share my message. I love to do that. I repressed it for so long. It felt like it was something bad and dirty and something to be guilty about. Like, you know, own who you are. That's what becoming wildly authentic's all about. An expert kicked imposter syndrome into touch. Bring lightness. Oh, you've got comfortable with Facebook Lives. That's a biggie. Well done, Jean. Yeah, Margaret, the humble brag is hard, but you know what? You just did it. You just did it. You good, kind, generous, supportive woman. You're a communicator par excellence, Jackie. Absolutely. gutsy, outside the box, kick-ass, imaginative. Yes, you are a strategic thinker, Anna. I so loved being your strategic partner when we worked together. And you're a fun and caring mummy. That's so important, right? Isn't this cool? Isn't this cool? Oh, Ashley, we so need to talk, my love. Oh yeah. Compassionate and caring. This now, maybe too much sometimes, maybe, but this is about all your goodness. We'll get to that. Mischievous. Helped around 30 people start up in business. Amazing. Found your joy. Know you're amazing. Love it. Sensitivity is your strength, Jules. I love that. Naomi's honest. Isn't this cool? Like, this is just something that you should do every single week, isn't it? Just like big each other up. Doesn't it feel amazing? Oh, Christy. Hey, Christy. Creative, you live so deeply, you live inspired, you think from a visionary perspective. How cool is that? Yeah, driven and determined, sensitive, insightful, empathetic. It's amazing. It's amazing. So now I want you to take a moment to think about, how do you want to channel all of that incredible talent, all of those qualities, all of those characteristics? What feels really important to you? What's the difference that you would love to make in the world? And this, there is no judgment on what this is, right? It could be being the very best mum that I can be, you know, being a role model to my son. Absolutely, that's part of the difference that I want to make in the world. So just take a moment to think about that. Amazing, Jan. For those of you watching on catch up, playback, whatever we call it, I hope you're feeling this energy, and I really hope that you're doing your humble brag as well, because it's good for the soul, right? It's good for the soul. Amazing. Alsbeta, did I say that right? Alsbeta? Ooh, I did say it right. Yay! Wow, that sounds so interesting. You're attuned to your visions and imagination. You built an inner world of symbols, and you discovered later on this inner world is actually full of concepts you can turn into tools that help others and yourself. Oh my God! Amazing! Isn't that cool? Oh, Emma, I love that. Yeah, you want to help and guide people towards their own path as a therapist and yoga teacher. Oh, how cool is that? To help the suffering, even just a little. Yes, you know what, Terry? All I knew, right, when I walked away to start over was two things, right? I knew I needed to help people. I needed to make a difference in the world. I needed to do that in a way that was tangible and meaningful, because the people at my work, they didn't want what I had to give, right? They didn't want what I had to give. And the second thing was, I knew I would work it out. I literally had no clue where to start, how to do any of it. But I just had this belief in myself that I would work it out, and I knew I would never give up until I did. I've got this dogged determination. That's all I knew, right? So if you don't feel super clear about this, that's okay. It's absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. Oh, amazing. Want to support Black Lives Matter. Love it, love it, love it. Ah, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Excellent. Help my girls have courage. Their self-doubt worries me. Michelle, it's the world we live in, my love, right? It's the world we live in. Okay. It's time to change gear. Are we ready to change gear? I could literally listen all night to your comments. What I'm committed to doing is finishing the lesson on the hour, but I am going to stay on for questions and for chat. For those of you that want to keep the conversation going for up to another 30 minutes, I'm totally up for doing that. But I want to finish on the hour for people who only have an hour, okay? Great. So, time to change gear. I hope none of you are driving or operating heavy machinery, because what I'm about to do, I'm going to ask you to close your eyes in just a few moments. And we're going to do an activity where you're going to tap into your imagination a little bit. Well, not even your imagination, just the part of you that knows, the part of you that always knows the answers without having to kind of worry or stress or think about it. So close your eyes, please, my loves. I'm about to share a success strategy with you. The success strategies that I share are really, really amazing. They work. They're based in 15 years worth of research by an organisation called the High Performance Institute, of which I am an accredited coach. And I've had the honour of working for the founder as a coach for his global organisation. And I've worked with hundreds and hundreds of people with these tools, and they just work. If you apply them, of course, you have to apply them. So what I'm about to share is a great pull it out the bag strategy. You can either use it on a daily basis by making it a part of your routine, or if you're in a moment of stress or crisis or anxiety, you can pull it out your bag then as well. And you can use it in those moments to bring you back on track, to bring you back to centre, to bring you back to who you are. Okay. So close your eyes and just take a moment to just become present in your body. Okay. So roll your shoulders back and sit with your feet flat on the ground if you can, and a nice straight back. Just imagine that there's an invisible thread coming up through the top of your head, straightening out your spine, and focus on taking a couple of nice big deep breaths. So breathe in through your nose, and as you breathe out, I want you to just give a nice big sigh. And just allow yourself to settle into your body and relax a little bit. In a moment, I am going to ask you to think of 3 words. Now, these are 3 words that really represent the best of you, the best of who you are. They are words that are really aspirational to you. So you don't need to feel that you are them all the time, 24/7 right now, but they're words that you know when you're at your best, this is who you are. Okay? And as soon as you start to have words come into your mind, I want you to just write them down in your notes. I'm going to give you a minute or so to do that. If a word pops in, trust it. If you find your inner voice going, oh no, I can't do that, that's your ego talking, which is likely fear talking. And that's the unhelpful voice. So we don't want to listen to that voice. We want to listen to the voice that knows. If you feel called to do so, I would love you to share as well in the comments. So whenever you feel ready, you can take a nice big deep breath and begin to open your eyes, wriggle your toes and fingers. Ashley's fun, loving and positive, yes you are. Kind, creative, strong, strength, awareness, courage, glow, skill, inspiration, faithful, frugal, thankful, love, joy, fun, honest, loyal, kind, strong, focused, creative. Love it, love it. Restless, fun, kind, love it. Organised, strong, caring, brave, resilient, authentic. Aren't these amazing? Positive, ambitious, focused. That's okay, Joe. I'm sure you'll find the words. Joanne on Facebook, warm, loving, fierce. Love it. Calming, caring, clever, honesty, friendly, sensitive, compassionate, loving, strong, kind, resilient, open-minded, confident, loving, charismatic, Abby. Wonderful. Now, these are your clarity words. These are words that you can use to really connect with who you want to be. Because life buffets us around, right? You cannot control the world around you, but you can control your response to it. And I think COVID and the times that we're living in, with all of the other crazy stuff that's been going on this year, has really brought that to the forefront. The need for us to step in to our sense of empowerment and to really take responsibility for who we are and how it feels to be us and who we're going to be in the world. Now, your clarity words are great, simple tool to do that. So I'm going to share a couple of strategies with you very quickly, okay? The first is connect with them every single day. Don't make these the thing that you put away in a drawer, never to be seen again, okay? So post-its on your laptop. I've had them as an alarm on my phone before to go off first thing in the morning. Maybe you want to set it to go off midday to remind you, bring you back on track. Maybe you do affirmations and you want to use them in your affirmations. I've had a client who got a fridge Scrabble set and wrote them on the fridge in her Scrabble set that she got. I think her son got it for Christmas. Get creative, right? Make it fun. And the other thing is, when you get triggered, when you feel stressed, when you're standing outside the meeting room, waiting to go in, thinking, oh my God, how am I going to get this message across? What are they going to think of me? Before you go on that Facebook Live, before you go and do that procedure, before you go and have that difficult, courageous conversation with the doctor, bring yourself home using your words. That's the power of these words. Simple, incredibly powerful, proven through research. Oh, amazing. Joe says, I did this with you years ago, Mel. Happy, free, and kind. Been a mantra for you ever since, and it truly works. Yes. Jennifer, trust you to need 4. Hello, Tara. You've picked 4 as well. Is this a client thing? It's like clients, oh, well, I can just throw in an extra one. Merciful, compassionate, nurturing, and joyous. They are just amazing. Margaret, focused, integrative, calm. Gail says creating, indulgent conversations, well-being. I love that. Once you're a client, you get an extra. So soft-hearted, creative, and Nana. Oh, that's so beautiful. Okay, so you've got your clarity words. Now, I want you to commit to when you're going to use them. So just think of something, make it simple and easy. Do not force yourself to rely on your memory, okay? Set yourself reminders and give yourself a visual prompt. Now, that's the strategy, okay? That's the success strategy. Now, the spirituality aspect. What commitment are you going to make to yourself for some me time each day? If it's not something you're doing already, what's that going to be? 5, 10 minutes? Doing what? Is it longer? Could you have 20 minutes? Could you go for a walk? Could you read something inspiring? Could you meditate? Could you listen to some beautiful music that lights you up? What's the thing? What's the thing? Do you do something that works really well that you can share in the chat to give everybody else inspiration? So I have got a lot of things I do for me time each day. When I wake up in the morning, without fail, I spend 5 minutes turning my gaze within and just setting an intention for the day. Really simple. Some days it's about serving, right? So today I've done a lot of work on my energy around how can I just show up and just bring it and just add so much value to all of you, because that I care about that so much. It lights me up, right? Some days it's as simple as I'm going to be the most present mum to Maximilian today because it's our day together. It's our special day. We have one special day a week. Spend a moment every morning, be thankful to have another day in this amazing world. Exactly. Make a difference. Exactly. Get outside for at least 30 minutes a day. Love it. Chant for 10 minutes. Love it. Go for a walk down the river. Morning pages, silent meditation, barefoot on the grass. Yes, I've got a beach next to me and I walk all the way home from the beach with my bare feet. Even in I've not done it since November, I don't think. Yoga, meditation, EFT, loads of great stuff. Morning dog walk, great. Just that time to yourself. Oh, Meredith, you've stitched your clarity words so many times over the past 5 months. How's that cool? That's so cool. Excellent, excellent. So now is the time for final questions and reflections. Okay, we're beginning to wrap up this kind of first part of day one. We're wrapping up day one. I want you to think about, what have you really loved most about the session and what's been your biggest insight? What have you loved most about the session and what's been your biggest insight? So share in the comments, share here. Love that, Katie. On days off, breathwork and reading in bed, plenty of time. On busy days, even something small like my skincare routine is self-care but a meditative process. Time to show myself love. What I love about that is how practical it is. I want you to know that these things can be really simple. It does not have to be a big, complicated, ambitious thing. It can be really simple. It can be 5 minutes, 10 minutes, twice a day. But what's really important is the intention that you bring and your ability to just really indulge yourself and absorb yourself in whatever it is that you're doing. You're getting better about the humble brag, fam. Good. Oh, you realise that you see being creative as a strength, Christy, and you never thought of yourself in that way. Cool. You learned it's really hard to brag, Jan. Love the humble bragging session, Chantel. Practice, 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 right? If you found it hard to do the humble brag, listen, we're going to have another couple of days of this. Margaret loves hearing others' perspectives. You love the time to stop and think about you and who you are, Michelle, because that's it. We're just crazy, crazy, crazy on the hamster wheel of life, aren't we? We're just head down. We don't stop and look up and go, roll the shoulders. It's why I always roll the shoulders back at the start of a meditation with everyone, because it's let's just open up and remember the world around us and take a moment to connect within. So simple, so powerful. You're already your dream person. You love how I said choose her more, learn strategies that help you to be her more. Yeah, Elsbeta, absolutely. That's what you love most. Yeah, it's hard to brag. It feels strange. Yeah, Anna, this is the thing. We do feel guilty about the me time to start with, so many of us, but you have to let that go, right? Because it's not serving you. And am I right in saying that you are a better mummy to those boys when you do have that time to yourself? I know I am a better mum and a better business owner and a better partner. I'm a better friend. Oh, so you loved the session and the investment in you. Good, that's excellent. A moment to understand the positives about yourself rather than the negatives that you always hear first. This is our responsibility, ladies. To choose to focus on the positive and choose not to let that negative, doubting inner critic rule the roost. Yeah, I am enough. Quieten the inner chatter. Focus on the moment. Something I said at the beginning, Naomi, that unpeeled some layers in you and realised where some things could change. Amazing. What was the thing? Wonderful. It's been lovely to recognise your positives, reflect about what's happened this year. Yeah, you do learn from the negatives, Abby. You absolutely do. Sally, you have no shortage of me time. You need to do something more healthy with it. Yes, you're going to be learning more strategies this week to help you with that. Oh, thanks, Natalie. Whole vibe of what we collectively are putting out here, because it ain't about me, ladies. It's about what everybody is willing to bring to this party. And that's the wonderful thing about this, is that this is how uplifting it can feel in community when we come together, when we collaborate, when we circle like this. It's just amazing. Okay, incredible. Questions? I appreciate some of you will need to pop off. You can add questions and reflections in the Facebook group, okay? Wildly Authentic Women. If you're not already a member, jump on there. Make sure you are, because I can answer your questions on there anytime, really. Well, anytime within reason. Questions? Any other comments? Lovely to see you, Jackie. See you tomorrow. So tomorrow, for those that need to go, tomorrow, same time, same place, 7 p.m. We're going to be looking forward. We're going to be looking at vision. We're going to be, I am so excited about tomorrow's session because it's going to be powerful. It's going to be deep. It's going to just blow your socks off. I know it is. Good, good, good. You're so welcome. So welcome. I'm really glad. Really glad. Oh, thank you, Alfeta. Yeah, it is your responsibility. Like, I'm all about the conviction, right? And the tough love that no one else is going to do this for you, my loves. It has to be you. See you tomorrow. Good. Yay! Off to catch the kids out for bedtime stories. Good, good, good. Excellent. On you go, ladies. I'm just gonna hang around till the bitter end. Like, you know, when it's your party and you're like, oh, see you later. Oh, I've not spoken to you yet. Thank you, Margaret, for being here. Lovely to have you here, Diane. It is hard work. Oh, thank you for sticking in, Jan. Well done. Well done. Well done. Oh, I'm so pleased for you, Jan, that you pushed through that discomfort, because that's where your growth lies, on the other side of your discomfort. That's where all the magic lies. Night, night, Laura. Thanks for coming here, Nick. See you later. See you later, Elzbieta. Linda says positive vibe. Thank you. You're so welcome. Oh, hey, Jen. I didn't realize you were here. Oh, I love that, Naomi. I'm not the positive kind, very much a realist, but it's made me think, I bet you're not the only one here who feels like that. And I'm glad you're coming back. Yeah. The humble brag, yes. Jen, did you give us a humble brag? Amazing. Ah, yes. Isn't it cool when you share it with people? Realist over here. Jennifer, so nice to see you here, my fellow ambassador. Thanks for coming. Great. I'm going to stop recording.